Come to the class where we are now going to start English and open the English textbook of yours and open the page number 69, chapter Golden Windows. We are all knowing about golden means shining windows and golden means always an imaginary one, and we are thinking about the dream in this chapter. Dreaming can help you to learn. Some dreams are going to be give some learning material for us, and whatever we are going to be observed in the earlier days or whatever we are going to think in our dreaming position or in the earliest of the dreaming, it will be coming into our dreams. And all the dreams are not in color, all the dreams are not in black and white, and some of the dreams will be giving some entertainment, and some of the dreams will always theory about ourselves. Here one thing was going to be observed, that animals also probably dream, and also blind people can also be dream. Many dreams are universal, it should be neutral one, and some of the dreams will be control our dream or control our the sleeping also. Negative emotions are more common in dreams. Negative emotions are always coming in more than in the earlier one as to the common in dreams. And when we are going to dreaming in a sleepy position, and if somebody is going to be getting up in that time, we are going to become more angry, because some of the dreams will be happiest moment will be coming in our dream, and some of them will be fear, and in fiery dreams will be appear. In that time we are going to getting up as early as possible for having some sureness and having some angerness. And if we are going to think about the beautiful thing, in that time somebody is going to be getting, our hunger will become more and more. And come to the point, little Molly, page number 69. Pass on to page number 69, little Molly, golden windows. Here the little Molly is the name of a girl who was lived in a small beautiful town. Here she was lived in a small beautiful town, means it was not as bigger as the town, it was a small, and it was looking like a beautiful one. Her tiny house was constructed on the banks of a beautiful river. Her house will be constructed on the bank, that is the edges of the beautiful river. The river will be flowing near their house, and the house will be located on the edge of the river. And when there will be a river will be flowing, and also it should be near the mountain. Think about how the house will be beautiful, like a flowing water sound, and also something about the mountains, and also the trees sound, and the breeze of the sound of the trees, and she is going to get the beautiful oxygen, and also she was having spending more happier time. There is no disturbances near her house, but she was the only daughter for her parents. She was the only daughter of their parents, although they weren't very rich. If she was the only daughter, means also they were not very rich. They will the middle class or middle aged peoples. They will be in poor condition only. They lived happily. If they were, though even though they were not rich, they lived happily in their home. Her house was surrounded by huge trees and beautiful plants. Here, in a small town, her house was constructed. It was all around by huge trees, big trees, and also beautiful plants will be planted and placed on that. beautiful building will be there, and a small building will be there, and also all around a huge trees. That means the purest oxygen will be available, and also beautiful plants will be there. And then what is she was going to be needed? It is enough for her, but it was a single bedded house. Here she is mentioning that it was a single bedded house made from woods, and it should be constructed by the woods, not using of the bricks or the sand or the mud or the stones. It should be the house should be made out of woods. Molly did not like her house very much, even though it is a beautiful house. But Molly did not like very much of her house. She felt that the house was too small. She was feeling that the house was too small for her, because the family will be the poor. They constructed for themselves. Those the three fellows will be living. But in the eyes of the Molly, the house will be small, and it was not very neat. And she was thinking that it was not very neat neat house also. Little Molly was very fond of the mountain. She was always fond towards to the mountain. That means in the children's mind, if something is not seen earlier, the mind will always attracted to towards that side. She was always enthusiastic or fond towards to the mountain. She was finding something, or she was knowing to something about the mountain. That's why she was fond of mountain. The steep and slopy mountain had a beautiful but abandoned castle like home with golden windows. She was observing the mountain every day. That mountain is containing the steep and slopy mountain. It was the mountain will be observed for the far away we are going to looking. It should be looking like a slopy mountain, and also the steep position will be observed. And she was going to be thinking that it was a beautiful and abandoned castle like home with golden windows. She was thinking that up to that mountain, or in that mountain height, some large building will be there like a home with golden windows. She was thinking that in that house, some big building or large building will be constructed on the mountain, and that home will covered with the golden windows. She was imaginating, or she is thinking like that only. After that, yes, she liked the home on top of the mountain. She was always liked that home. It should be constructed on the top of the mountain, because of the golden windows, because of the shining golden windows. She was thinking that in that house it was looking like a shining golden windows will be appeared. So she was thinking that it should be the good one. We think that far away objects are always near, always looking like a good one. When we are going towards to that, we are knowing that what is there in that position. But here she was dreaming about that golden windows house, and it should be in a mountain top. She is thinking that it should be good one. When we are entering to that place, in that time only, we are understanding that how it was going to be looked like. Coming to the point, the windows sparkled and blazed so beautiful that little Molly was completely mesmerized. The windows are shining brightly, and also it shines so beautifully that little Molly was completely captured her attention towards to that house. When she was a small girl, and the family members could not allow her to for going to the mountainside. That's why she was dreaming about that mountain should be a good one, and also containing a golden windows in that house. She was she went crazy for shining golden windows, and she started to hate her home more. When she was seeing always that house, she was thinking that that house will be good one, but our house will be bad one, and she was going to hate towards her house more and more. We are always thinking that the four objects will be always good, looking good. Why? When we are entering into that place, it cannot be a good one, but it is always looks good one. However, little Molly was so sweet and she understood the struggles of her family. Even though she was a little girl, she was understanding about the family's struggle, and also she was undergoing, so she accepted everything silently. Whatever comes, she was going to be accepted silently. Still, her desire went on growing. When she was going to accept it, but her mind will be growing towards to the far away object, that is the mountain side house, and she was interested to going to there. Years passed by and she grew up quickly. When she was always dreaming about the mountain, the years is going to be passed. As we are going to passes the years, likewise years year also the years is going to be passed. And when the years passed, she grew up quickly. The days passed, she was going to growing more and more, and she reaches to the age of 12 years, and she was entering into or reaches towards to the age of 12 years and looked very beautiful like a golden princess. Now he was showing, he was looking like a golden princess. Likewise, she was beautiful. She believed that she was believing that she is supposed to live in a house with golden windows, not in an old wooden house. When she was getting into the age of 12 years, she was dreaming about the mountain top house, and she was dreaming about that golden windows. And if we are going to live in a house, we are going to live the mountain top house and also have golden windows having home and that building, and not for an old wooden house, not like that of the smaller one. She was thinking like that. When we are living means live in that bungalow only. As she grew older, as she was going to grow older and older, her mom allowed her to move around her house. When she was reaches her age of 12 years, now her mother was get going to give some freedom for moving here and there, and she was going to roam here and there. She was moving for and there around the house. When the holidays will be coming for Molly, the school will be closed and the holidays will be entered for Molly, and she requested her mom. She was going to requested towards her mom for going here and there, that she wanted to walk in the garden near the river. She was asking, or she was taking the permission for walking in the garden near the river. In the near the river, there will be a garden. She was taking the permission of her mother for going here and there or roaming here and there. Her mom also agreed and told her not to go far. As usual, all the mothers are telling likewise here, her mother, their mother also telling that don't go far away. You can play here only or you can roam here only. As the thing is going to be happen in the family or in the all the family, it is going to be happen because they are always fear about their children, so they won't give permission for going away from the house. Molly decided. Now Molly was going to get the permission. So she was going to be decided to climb the mountain and peek into the house with the golden windows. And she was decided to climb the mountain and peek into the house with the golden windows. Her dream was going to be become successful. She was thinking that now I am wishing to go towards to the mountain and climb the mountain of the peak, and I am going to enter that house having the golden windows. She was moving in that way. She took her bicycle and started her journey towards reaching the top of mountain. She took her bicycle. She was taking away her bicycle and started the journey towards reaching the top of mountain. She was wishing to go towards the top of the mountain. She found a narrow road in the mountain toward the abandoned home on the mountain. She searched or she was finding a narrow road in the mountain. She was finding out the mountain towards the left of their home on the mountain. She reaches towards the mountain with so many struggles. When she was observed or reaches the road also, she was struggled for reaching the top of the mountain. It is not easier to try going towards to the mountain. It is always making some struggle to make our success. When we are going to make some struggles, in that time only we are going to get our successing point or our goal. Likewise, here also she was struggled, and in the end she reached the top of the mountain. She was so shocked to see the dirtiest house. When she was going to the mountain or reaching to the top of the mountain, she was observed that house, what she was dreamed that should be in a dirtiest house. Now it was going to looking for her, it was a dirtiest house. In fact, the damaged castle. In fact, it should be a damaged large building. It should be a torn out or it should be a broken out, a large house with dark windows. And the where she was going to be observed, it should be a golden windows. Now when she was reaches towards to that house, it seems like a dark windows. That means in that house, the dark will be filled. Darkness will be filled in that house because it should be already damaged house. What she used to see from home wasn't there in the mountain. What she was used to see, what she was going to be observed from her home, it wasn't there in the mountain. She can't see that in the mountain. And she was thinking that it was not that building. In the first time, she was thinking that it was not that building what she was observed from her home. And now she coming into the point. Yes, the golden windows she saw from the lap of the mountain. She was going to be observed from the line of the mountain, where in fact the reflection of the dark and dirty windows. Now she was came into conclusion that the reflection of the dark and dirty windows, it should be the reflected light I am going to be observed. She was coming into conclusion like that. And she was thinking that in the downs or in the home I am going to be looked, it is not the house. That house will be having the golden windows. And after she came into conclusion that the reflection made by the dark and dirty windows is like this. She was very upset and sat quietly for some time as she lost words. When she was thinking that home will be beautiful, which home? At the mountain top, what the building will be, that home will be beautiful. But now she was coming into conclusion that it was not the beautiful one, and she was going to be lost her words. She was upset for seeing that house, so she was lost her words. Her desire got vanished. Whatever she was going to be having something in her mind, it should be disappeared. What she is having, that should be disappeared. Suddenly she looked at her home. Suddenly she observed towards her home. A window in her house was shining like a gold. And what she was observed in the downs, and now she was going to the top of the mountain, and she was going to be observed. A window in her house was shining like a gold. Now she was thinking that she realized that the sun rays reflecting in the water makes the window blow. Whatever the water will be there, the sun rays will be fall onto that water and it makes the window will be blow. Now she was coming or she was knowing about the truth of that glittering and the golden window. The truth was that she lived in her dream home. The truth was that she was lived in her in her dream home. She was having dreaming home. The home with beautiful golden windows. She was dreaming about her home with beautiful golden windows. She fully aware it too late. When she was going to realize it, that one, when she was knowing that one, she was thinking that it was too late. What she dreamed for years just vanished away. What she was going to be dreamed, just it was disappeared away. And her dream will be disappeared away, and she was going to getting up as early as possible. Now she was understand that all glitters are not gold, and now she was thinking that all glitters are not gold. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀತಿ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಮಾರಲ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ವಸ್ತುಗಳೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಚಿನ್ನವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಹೊಳೆಯುವಂಥ ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಚಿನ್ನ ಆಗಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಮೀಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್.